What's up, everybody? Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this tonight because I had a lot of stuff to do. So, but here I am. We are at. Here, let me get this up here. Let me see if I share the right screen. Let's see, no, that's not it. That is not it. Okay, there it is. This is the right screen right here. So, that is the next comic we are going to be talking about today. It is First Strike. Dude, Clark's looking all just bumping like right there where he's like that. Like, you know. But I wanted to show you guys something here first. I was listening to this while I was setting up the stream tonight. If you guys have not heard this song, I know some of you have. If you have not heard this song, go listen to this song. This song is awesome. It's one of my favorite songs. This is one of my work songs I have on when I'm doing streams or something. So go watch it. It's called "Bury the Light" from Devil May Cry 5. One of my favorite songs. I have that running all the time. So let me see. Okay. So here we are. I wanted to do a little catch up right here of what happened last night. Okay, so what we had last night, you found out that wasn't really Superman, that was Matrix and stuff. Oh, and here, okay. Parrot Head! My man, what's up? Already in there. What's up, brother? Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. So this is I have all this set up ahead of time, and I was trying to get it all set up. So Supergirl returns as Matrix, attacked by Drago in deep space, but the battle remains. Just a little summary what happened. So just in case nobody didn't see it or they come in or whatever. Unsettled and captured by the deadly warworld on a distant planet, Pledis 4, like from Flash Gordon, Place. A stranger dressed like Superman with different colors appears in a pub and gets in a fight with a local resident while trying to protect a woman. Then a cell keeper comes and then takes the supposed Superman away for a chat. Who was previously defeated by Superman in Warworld, spared his life and listens to the whole story and decides that he must find out Superman to settle his old scores. He is greeted by Lady Maxima, which redhead, deadly, hot, but we all love the redheads, so for her own ends. In Suicide Squad, working with Bimbo, when he is handed some rare photos earlier taken by him, Superman breaks into a lead-lined warehouse occupied by Inner Gang and takes care of him. Meanwhile, the Cell Keeper and the supposed Superman are reviving memories when Dragon descends from a radiant ship and attacks Superman. A brief battle ensues with Dragon hurling a boulder at Superman and defeating him. He's about to kill Superman. He finds that Superman has become Supergirl because that really wasn't Superman. That's one of Matrix's. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, put the link down. Thank you. Thank you for Fairhead. Appreciate you, brother. So yeah, that's one of Matrix's. She can turn into whatever she wants to. Like later on in the comics, I'm gonna be showing you some other things, or she's with a certain person we all don't like, and then she transforms and like, I can be whatever you want me to be, and it's just this person goes on the creepster. Even on that one, that's later on down the line though. But okay, so to a surprise, Dragon and Supergirl are summoned by Warworld by a hooded figure. It is here that Supergirl introduces herself as Matrix and Beth. The hooded figure reveals himself as Brainiac. So there's some notes right here. Cleric and Radiator cameo flashback appearances. triangle. The triangle was big during the 90s. So, it actually told you the whole story in order. So if you looked and like you wanted number 7, you had to go back and find this number 7 on it, and that would be the next one in story order. Chronological connotation from Adventures of 487 and the Man of Steel 9. So, and then we have the creators, Mike Harlan, good dude, met him a bunch of times. Roger Stern, Roger Stern's awesome. I got Dan Jurgens, very awesome dude. I got to hang out with him a bunch at conventions, and that's my homie that invented Booster Gold right there. So, Booster Gold is awesome. Bob McLeod, Billy Oakley. Okay. Then we have Bilbo, Brainiac, Cleric, Silkeeper, Dan Turpin, Draga, Helmite, Eradicator, Jimmy Olsen, Maxima, Matrix, and Superman. And then we had the Inner Gang, Metro's Police Department, Ace of Clubs, Metropolis, World Concepts, and other than that. And this is from the Panic in the Sky story arc. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom. I love that so much. Dude, that was the only reason why I was able to do that, because I grew up on that. That the Super Friends cartoon was awesome. Very, very awesome. Okay, so and I wanted to show this since we're done with the recap of the last episode. I wanted to show there was this really cool picture right here that I found online of Panic in the Sky. This is actually from the trade paperback. So you see all of the goodness that is Panic in the Sky in this one cover. So I wanted to show you guys. I'm like, hey guys, this is awesome. But yeah, I have the trade paperback and I have all the single issues, and then I have a whole set of the single issues all signed. So, dude, because it's like my favorite. So, here we go. Let's see, I'm trying to find it here. I did not have the book up. Let me do this. This is my fault because I was so busy I forgot to get the book up. Let me get the book up and like or we have like some elevator music in the background or some shit, you know. Oh, where is that? Where did I put it? Okay. Now I gotta get to the. I had it to the side and I must have accidentally, like, closed it. I have like 10 windows open here. So get rid of that window, get rid of this one. Oh yeah, and this is the cover for this one in case we didn't see this on the, oh, I had that on the thing and everything. So let's see. Let me put this here. I had it and I'm like, okay, just a second. It's in my notes and everything. It wouldn't be a stream without some technical difficulties, right? Okay, here we go. I found it. Oh, wait, that is not the comic right there. I got, that was last night's. Meanwhile, with the Legion of Doom. Where is it? Okay. Finally got it. That was my fault, everybody. That was my fault there. Yeah. Make sure to do this. Okay. Yeah. 35. I only gotta do it 50. Okay. Okay, here we go. There's a cover. I was trying to get it with the whole thing, but I don't know if it would do it. Because sometimes it's hard. Panic in the Sky, First Strike. Dude, he is such a this was such a cool cover though. Because it's really, you see Daily Planet, the bridge, everything in the background. You know, you see Brainiac's ship. He's like, no. Okay. So, here we go. Let me see, I might have to do it to the, there we go. I might have to do it like that. Okay, so I like how Duplex has the crinkle sugar flukes for the thing right there. Inch high, private eye. Dude, the cartoons and stuff from back then were just awesome. But okay, so here, that is the Guardian. He is a clone of the original Guardian from Star Labs and stuff. That's where they're at Catamus, but it's also, you know, offshoot of something else. And he's like, Duplix, what is it? Immense danger. What's the problem out there, Guardian? More than I can handle, what it seems. A ceiling! Explosion in the ceiling! Let's contact! Okay, so Superman. Okay, so there's Lois, there's Clark. Dude, Lois was good looking, I would say, in like I thought he was a member of a certain political party. I know, right? Uh-huh. I agree with you there. Like, Lois was looking fine back then, dude. And she was like, if you look at, she kind of was a redhead. Like, she was a redhead at the time. So, Lois was looking really good. Oh, yeah, she was a smoke show, my brother. Oh, let me go. Let me put this in the full screen. So everybody can see it. Yeah, she was. She was a smoke show. Like, Lois, especially in the 90s, dude, he was just like a Giga Chad, and like everything, and she was a smoke show. Okay, so remember last night I forgot because it's been a while. So he already proposed to her. So that's the reason why she's like, go on, Clark. I can see you're gonna be busy with her. But let's go over this. Like, she was a smoke show. Oh, I will agree with this. Terry Hatcher. I'm gonna say this. There's some people that won't agree with me. Terry Hatcher was one of the best Lois Lanes, next to Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder, like Terry Hatcher. I will even say the Lois on Superman. Lois was a pretty good. She played Lois. She kind of played like Margot Kidder Lois, just older in Superman and Lois. So I agree with you, perfect. Yeah. So he's like, Superman, this morning Perry has his big power breakfast with Lean at the top of the tower in the old world's far pavilion. She's like, thanks, I hope I don't know. I can't do this. Fancy, I hope Perry gets everything he's asking for in his new con. And then she's like, look at, dude, Lois was even stacked back then. They didn't make her like, they didn't take away her features. Like, look at that. She was just a smoke show, and dude, he was just like how he should be filled out and stuff. Oh, Clark, what is it? She's like, Duplex. And then, that light. What is that light? It sounded like an explosion. It was. Come on, Lois. It's not safe in there. You're trying to tell me it's safe out here? Dude, I love this part right here. This was a good panel right here. I love this panel right here. This is an awesome. There are so many good panels in these books in the '90s and stuff. It was just down. If you once you go into the 2000, it just like yeah, they kind of screwed things up, especially with that new 52 garbage. I can't say the other word because hey, this I want to do this for kids and stuff. So go on, Clark. I can see you're gonna be busy here, dude. That is like he's okay. His face is a little bit messed up right here, just a tiny bit. Like it, he should be like it looked like his face got smashed in, but his body was proper. And they usually tell who did this to the side or something. But yeah, his face was a little bit weird in this one, and I even said this when I opened the book when I was in the comic shop when I got this. This is '92, so I was still I was still a teenager at that point. I was hanging out and doing like in the comic book store. I was hanging out and doing stuff for like trade work and stuff. They couldn't hire me until I was like older because they're like, dude, you can come in and hang out like in the summers. I hung out in the comic book shop every day, like every single day. And so, because I grew up in that comic book shop too. So, um, then there's Maxwell camera film. I don't know if they did that on purpose or something, but I found it funny. And she's like, but this one, and she goes, I need a camera. Like, dude, she even had the boots. Dude, she was like Terry Hatcher Smoke Show, you know, on this. Power Breakfast. Luis Imogen, John Bogdanove, Dennis Jinke, Bill Oakley, Glenn Whitman, his colors, Dan Thorthwood, I'm assistant, and Mike Cardlin, editor. Super created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. So, here's Lois. That she's right here, and then she's like, Maxwell's right behind me, and there goes Max. Max bolted. Max was like, Fling. Fling by Kodak, and I think it's the weird way. I'm a bad speller, by the way. So I don't know if that was the proper or they took a letter out or something. Don't have time to chase him down and pay him for this. Leaving the money in the window would be worse than useless. He won't mind. I'm a good customer. I'll pay him back later. And then Lois is like, let's go. And then all you see Brainiac's headship right here. And I'm just like, dude, this panel was awesome. This panel was just like that's the reason why I love the '90s Superman. The panels and the expressions in here were just so good. You knew what was going on in the battle because you have all the glass coming down right here. You have Brainiac. You have Clark going to save the day. And it's just there was so much detail. You don't see that nowadays. The only comic that I will say, the comic series right now, the Transformers, that the company that owns Transformers, I forgot what they are. I think it's Dance Guy or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Transformers, G.I. Joe, and then you have Ripa's stuff. Ripa's stuff is detailed. It looks awesome. So there's not a lot of good stuff out there, but some of that of modern day stuff, but Transformers, some of G.I. Joe, and then Ripa's line of comics, they're awesome. So and I heard they want to. I heard they were going to really. I think Sky. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right or not. So forgive me if I mispronounce it or anything. So I think they're gonna re-release all of the Transformers comics that were at Marvel on this hardback, and they're gonna do the British Transformer comics too. So I saw that in one of the things. Here, actually, I think I saved it. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see something here. I think I saved it in my bookmarks. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me share this real fast. Okay. The Transformer Compendium set featuring every story from the original Transformers and UK Transformers roll up the Kickstarter. It's Skybound instead of I was wrong. So let me do that. Look at that right there. Isn't that awesome? For the first time ever, you got every issue of the original Transformers, every story from the iconic comic book series, and 4 premium hardcover editions, delivering the ultimate Transformer experience. That is awesome. So, hope that. Yeah. Hey, Tommy, what's up, dude? So, Tommy, what's up, brother? We're just talking about Superman and Transformers and things, man. Well, I'm reading the book and stuff, so. Okay, let's go back over to here. So, yeah. If you guys want the link for this one, here, I'll give it to you. I'll put it in the chat here. Boom. So you guys can go to that right there and get that Transformer stuff. Because their stuff is awesome. Skybound's been treating Transformers right. You know, so that's the one thing that I'm okay with right there. So there's not a lot of things I'm okay with. That's the reason why I'm starting to go back to the older stuff. You have my book. You have my book with the first 14. That's dude, Tommy. That is awesome, my brother. I still have the comics that came out when I was a kid. They're beat up, but I had to go get new issues and stuff. But I still have the original ones from when the first day they came out, and I bought every issue of that. I even have the Superman He-Man one where Superman and He-Man meet for the first time. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, Tommy. He says all my original comics were stolen. I am sorry, dude. That sucks. I've had some of my comics stolen before. Thankfully, it was just a short box, and it was just a bunch of 90s stuff that I didn't like. They thought because it was a smaller box, they're like, oh. I would put code on what is in the comics, and I would do code and all this other stuff, so only I would know what they are. So, I'm sorry, Tommy. Well, I hope now that you saw that, you can go and get the books and stuff now. So, you can go all and get all the original stuff and even the UK comics. UK comics are awesome too. So, thank you for coming over, Tommy. I appreciate it, brother. I just thank you. I appreciate you guys coming over. I cannot say this enough. Thank you guys for coming over here. I know it's late in the middle of the night. Because I do stuff with Kay during the normal time, so basically the only time that I can stream is like late at night or like when me and Joe do our normal stuff on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I may bring the Roadhouse back at some point, but I'm having more fun on the Archivists right now. So because I get to show you guys all this really cool stuff that I had when I was a kid or a teenager or so, so I'm having fun with this right now. Tommy says I have one UK book. I'll send the picture on when I get a chance. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, show me that up, and let me see when I get it on there. Yeah, wait, when you send it to me, dude. Yeah. Oh, dude, Perry Head. Yes. Okay, I gotta do this. Okay, so Perry Head sent me this right here. All the oh, dude, this magazines are huge. All the actors that played Lois Lane. Okay. She wasn't that my favorite. Like I love Margot Kidder, Terry Hatcher, the woman that played Lois in the cartoon. Smallville, I liked. That one down there, I didn't like. Amy Adams, didn't like. You know, but the Lois from Superman and Lois, I loved. Like, there's only 2 of them that I really didn't like. I just don't. Amy Adams and the other one just didn't do it for me. So, let me see. Let me go back over to here, and because I'm being careful, so that I'm not sure. I've gotten smarter. I'm being careful. So, there's the top 10 lowest rating actors right here. Do you see them all? Terry will always be top. Oh, she is? Okay, I was wondering who that was. Kate Bosworth. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Margot Kidder. Dude, Terry was like some of the best, and I agree with all of them except for the Amy Adams and that other one right here. Those 2. I agree with all the others except for that one. So let me. Oh, I did it again. Here we go. And let me see. Getting back to the stream. They're the size of magazines. It's Squeak Sweet Tony. So, what's up, Airhead? Kate Bosworth is the first one. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys because I know it's late at night because I know a lot of our friends and family are asleep and or whatever. So I appreciate you guys coming over. Right here. So, okay, let me see. Is there any more in there? Let me see. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's this one. I'll show this one. That's not that bad. But that was when, I didn't like that because they started to make Lois look too much like a dude. Like when Lois is really feminine, like Terry Hatcher, that is when you got the smoke show going, So, like, I think Terry Hatcher was one of the best Loises. She was the smoke show. So, okay, getting back to the story. Okay, so Clint goes, I guess in the back of my mind, I've always known that one day Brainiac would return. Because he's done a Brainiac ship. I love the art in this. It's so awesome. But what does he hope to gain from attacking Metropolis? Good heavens, what is that? And that was Bilbo, like, down there. I think Bilbo was in the back. I'm not sure. This is Bilbo. Well, no, that's Hobbs Bay Grill. That's not Bilbo's place. Sorry. A giant ship shaped like a skull? What is it, an alien tech? No, I don't think so. Superman, that must be ammo. That is. That's Doc. That's the Doc. Okay, because I haven't read these in like a year or so. But I know them, but sometimes I'm a little bit fuzzy. Superman once mentioned an enemy with a ship like that, a nutcase named Brainiac. Superman, oh, him looks like he's in trouble, and this was the woman he was trying to get with at the time. She was pretty cool because she kept him in line, like in a good way, not in the I'm gonna that way. She took care of him. You'll have to go. You might be able to help him. My dear, well, perhaps, but I'm reluctant to leave you alone, Medra, if this bombardment continues. Things could get ugly. Don't be silly. I can take care of myself. Besides, I haven't had my breakfast. And she's like, here, go, let's eat this, go. And they're like, go help Superman. He's like, on the run. What did he hit me with? It looks like a laser. He's like, slimly like a Mack truck, some kind of particle beam, maybe. Like, I love the art in here. This is Superman, like when he's at his best. So, I went down too far. So that was right here. Okay, I have too many windows and stuff. Okay, need to close that and close that. Okay, swimming like a particle beam or something. Whatever it is, it's not Brainiac's only weapon. At least heat vision seems to work against. The tentacles, Mom, do not bin photos. And he's like, snap out of it, Jimmy. You can't talk with your mom with the loincloth. Bilbo is awesome. I love Bilbo. Bilbo is awesome. He's like, boom! Hey, my photos! You can't sell them pictures to the planet where the things reach the city. Jimmy's like, I'm not sweating that, at least now that my mom's worried about. And then he's like, well, looky here. Have a donut, boys. Mildred gave me more than enough. And then, dude, this is why I love this. Because they did this so well in the Superman books. Whenever there was a crisis or something, everybody was like, hey, guys, I got you. Dude, go help Superman. You help me. You're my buddy. Go do this. Like, it was a sense of community in everything in the comics back then. I loved it. Like, they were real characters. Not like now, because I'm not going to get there, but you know what I mean. And he's like, Professor, what are you doing here? And then he's like, I'm tripping to read from my mom, let them light at aid of Superman. Like, with donuts in their mouth and stuff. It's awesome. So he's like, he's like, I wish I could help my mom and save Bibble, but maybe you could escort the professor. After all, it's for Superman. You can? I'll be more than glove, don't you know? Dude, he was so awesome. And this part right here, this issue is just, this is like Infinity Gauntlet. Like, but this was the first huge, after they reset the universe again, like they're in like when they redid everything, because I think there was another crisis. They're always having some kind of crisis. This was the hugest thing after the last one. And he goes, because Superman's my favorite. Like, Bibbo, bless him, he's awesome. And he's like, tentacles crushing around me. Deathway Plumington. Now, I can fight back and end this fierce. Lethal things hard and heavy. Like, better than working for them against me. Crash! Now to get inside and scuttle the ship's master. Brainiac, do you hear me? I'm coming for you. They're in darkness. What? And didn't you hear Perry? Great Caesar's ghost! What is that thing pointing in the elevators? They don't seem to be working. At the Metropolis Fairgrounds. We better take the stairs. That skull ship is turning this way. Get down, folks. This could be dicey. The worst is over, I hope. Let's head for the emergency exits now. This is what I've been telling you, Mr. Lang. Well, it's worth any salary to retain him and his planet's managing editor. They were trying, like, I think Lex was trying to take over. I think he was trying to take over the Daily Planet at this point. There was a few times that Lex tried to take it over because he did it sideways, weird things like, it's a city, it's a world where things like this happen all the time. It takes a man with Perry White's kind of calm. He's kind of courage to handle it, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Doesn't this remind you of the old classic Fleschner cartoons? This right here, this panel right here, this reminds me of the mechanical monsters back in when the original Fleschner cartoons come in. I love it when the writers or the artists actually go and like give a little Easter egg here. It's like, because the Fleschner cartoons are like one of my favorites. Oh, okay. Tommy's like, sent it for you when I had a chance, sent to you as well. Let me see. Tommy. Okay, Tommy. I got you, brother. This is awesome. Right there. Let me see. Do I have this right here? Okay, share this out. That is awesome. The Indiana Jones comics were 10 out of 10 at that era. They're just, I gotta say this, 10 out of 10. The Transformer comics were awesome. They were just slave the Insecticons. The Indiana Jones comics were wild. They were wild. So thank you for showing that to me, brother. I appreciate that. But it's panels like this, and it's just simple panels that I appreciate, and especially in the 90s. In the 90s, they put a lot of Easter eggs, and they did a lot of stuff. They wanted to go more towards classic, but then when he died, they upped it a notch, and then but then the red blue thing, and I'm like, oh, I know that was from the original comics, but a little bit. So it's, dude, appreciate you, Tommy. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, it's just stuff like this. Like, I love to just all my comics and stuff. So okay, let's get back to the issue. So robots, an annoyance more than a real challenge. Kind of like in the old Fletcher cartoons. And this is what I think they added this in as the Easter egg, because those are like the robots in the cartoon, and he's like, if I'm lucky, that's blown the weapon systems. And then you have, I can't do that. I did a little bit too much. Got a little spin on my monitor and doing all those sounds. From the tin, I guess it was the stabilizer. Still, any damage I do can't hurt, and it must force Brainiac to show himself. He's like, Ka-toom! Oh no, the children! Who will save them? So he's like, and which she was awesome, because they got brought up a lot, because he did go to the children's place and read to the kids and stuff. She's like, Susan, get the children inside. No children unlocked. Somebody's gonna get hurt. So. And what do you? I just want to point this out. What do you see in this picture? It's not wrong. See, 90s and 80s, we didn't need all this crap that's going on today. But I'm just going to point this out. Just point it out, because everybody was friends with each other. Nobody, just saying. You certainly blew sun. I know. Okay, so he's like, if you run, not hurry. The doorway's fall. Dude, Gangbuster was awesome. Dude, there were some stories with Gangbuster. It was just freaking awesome, dude. I loved it. There was even a and I might show this later on, but you guys won't know if there was one where Clark had to take over Gangbuster duties. I will show it to you, but you guys want to know if it happens. Where he had to take over Gangbuster duties, and nobody knew that Clark was Gangbuster. And I was just like, oh my god, nobody know. And it's like, telling the kids not to run is good advice, but you're going to have to move a little faster. Gangbuster. I heard you, and now sure, I'm glad to meet you. While Superman's up there in the sky, I'm real glad you got your feet firmly planted on the ground. Dude, and then he's messing up with more of the robots. She's like, ship seems at the tumbling out of control. Who knows what damage its rays doing below? I've let these things delay me more than long enough. And he just goes into full, let's go. You know, Brainiac will be in control on the bridge. Gotta get out there and stop him fast. Because of Luthor, that Brainiac exists in his present form. Yes, it is. I may show that comic at some point. That was a ways back. That was like a while back. Yeah. There's a reason for this, and I might show it to you guys. If Lex's son has old man's luck, Metropolis might be destroyed. Okay, so this right here, that man right there, that is Lex. Remember how I told you last night that he got the because of that ring he carried on the kryptonite ring? Dude, he got cancer and it spread to the rest of his body, so he had to clone himself a new body. And he cloned like red blonde hair, and they showed it for about a year. Well, it wasn't about a year, but it was a while. It was a couple months, a bit. That you didn't know that Lex was him until they went and showed it, and you're like, oh my goodness, that Lex? Bro! So he just said, hey, I have a son. I'm passing away from cancer. I'm leaving my will to my son. Unbeknownst to everybody that was Lex Luthor. Okay, so let's get back to the con. So the LexCorp's assets will be escaped unseen. I don't know if I could do a voice for Lex. I don't know. He'd be more annoying, authoritarian or some stuff like that. Kind of like because Clark's like, hey guys, like Bud Collyer, where Bud Collyer did on the old radio show, where he's like, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman, like that. Like, but I don't. Lex is kind of a weasel, like not the weasel that was in that one Superman movie. Like, like I don't like him. That kid that played him, I just nah. You got to get somebody that's like. You got to get somebody that's a little bit older. Now, this dude, the new dude, I'm okay with him from what I've seen because he like represents Lex. Some people just aren't made to be Lex. Now, I'm gonna say this: Michael Rosenbaum on the original Smallville, dude, that was the best Lex we had besides Gene Hackman, R.I.P. brother. Those are the two best Lexes we've ever had so far. Gene Hackman and Michael Rosenbaum on Smallville. Two best Lexes. Okay. Well, so those are the two best Lexes. LexCorp's absence, we escaped unscathed. You have lost a mayoral election, Colin, but we must now put our sights. I was hoping, but because you don't see on the movie, you don't see LexCorp. I'm hoping that by the end of this new Superman movie, that it's going to be LexCorp, because or this might be an alternate offshoot of the real Superman again, which that's what I think he might be doing because everybody is there. Like everybody was already there. Like, and I read the abbreviation. It was like Superman's already been there for a while, and all these other people were already there by the time he started doing stuff. So I'm kind of happy about that. I hope the movie does. Because, dude, I love Superman. Superman's my favorite. That's how I start to learn comics and stuff. And if you see on the Archivist, which is that opening is years old, you see that I have Panic in the Sky and like a comic, one of the comics on there, and I have a bunch of Superman, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, JSA. That's all my favorite stuff, and I've had that on the thing for years. I'm just happy I'm able to do this now because I have the dentistry thing and everything else, so I can finally get to do what I've been wanting to do for like the last year or so. Because Kay's been sick, I've been sick, I had dentistry, I had family members pass away and everything else, so I finally found the time to actually do this now, and this makes me happy. I love this. This so. And get together. Okay, getting back to this, and work together for the civilization of the city we all love. Mayor Berskowitz Berskowitz wants you to head up his committee to assess the damages that monstrosity is causing and make recommendations. Isn't it so, Mayor Burks? I don't know. I gotta find a good Lex voice because I probably do Lex a lot if we do a lot of this stuff. I got Brainiac down pat. I got Clark down. You know, I got Dragon down. Dude, I got him down pat. It's some of the voices I already had. I like the first time when I was reading these comics, I was actually like in my head doing like voices and hearing their voices. So I did that when I read the Infinity Gauntlet. I heard like Thanos' voice in my head, like this grumbly, like, you know, hey God, not like Dragon, but it was like, you know, kind of like how he did it in the movie, but a little bit more, you know. So. Oh, but what did you? Of course, Lex. Of course, the Newstime building has suffered a direct hit. Perhaps we best continue this discussion on another time. I think perhaps he's right, dude. He made his new body look like a weasel. He looks like a weasel. Lex looks like a weasel. He looks like the snake in the grass. He does. So. He looks like the weasel that he is. So. Okay. Okay, back to this. Okay. Don't disturb yourself, Mayor Broadsmith. Please continue your observation. I don't know. When this important, I gotta find a voice for him. So, unfortunately, attack is over. Javiers, we'll see you out. Like he's got a smirmy kind of bit of like snooty in the voice, I would say, because even when he did on Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum had kind of a little snoot, but he had the how would you say? It's like I'm a little bit better than you, but then at times he's like he has a real voice. He like when he's around the people, he didn't do the snoot voice, but then when he was around Clark and stuff, that voice dropped a lot. So unfortunately, attack is over, Javers. We'll see you out. I must contact the authorities to see if personally I can offer any assistance. My poor city, the indiscriminate destruction. Who's ever doing this, he must be mad. If there's anything left when this is over, it'd be thanks to Superman! Dude, this is awesome right here, my brother. It's like Brainiac. No, that's not. That's Dragon. Brainiac! More like that. He's gone. Or maybe he was never here at all. But why? Ugh! My heavens! What a disaster! The moment Maggie, I liked her in the beginning, but she later on down the line she got really just annoying. The minute we pull everybody from the building, another one crumbles. I just hope Superman can get that thing stopped. The madman stuck early breakfast time. Not many people in the office. I'll be lucky if I have enough to investigate. Let me see. Return. Okay. Investigate. And then here's Jimmy right here, plopping right into him. Just a few more blocks to the subway Mons. And going on. My photos ain't none but old news. Hey! Sorry. Oh man, not in the sewer again. Take it easy, son. I got him. Say, these are pretty good. Are you a professional? My name's Olsen. I was laid off from the plant. They're that robot purge. From the looks of these, the news time could use you. Take my card. When all the excitement's over, stop by my office. Bring the photos. I think I might have a job. for you. Ugh, second attack, more devastating than before. All the time I was looking for him, knew this might happen. And I couldn't withstand it. Bring it on! Oh, a dispersion and a diversion. A little something to soften you up to let you know I still remember. And if I'm lucky to remove you personally from the game. What game? What are you talking about? Professor Hamilton, look out the window, look. That skull ship's starting to forward towards the ground. I can see that. Oh, that's Bilbo. I see. Sometimes you don't know who's in. I can't do the voice. So he's like, I can see that, Mr. Bobiosby. Superman let that happen if he was any confusion. Superman, can you hear me? He ain't saying nothing back. The setup doesn't work that way. He can hear me, but I can answer. But if he can hear me, I know it, wouldn't I? Because I'd be doing something. Whoa, each of you just need to have more volume. Hey, Superman! He's like, Doublix, are you alright? I'm fine. It's the fate of the world that concerns me now. Attention, Superman. The world is in great danger. Superman, the city's in trouble! Doublix! It can't be. People, what can I do him? Why is the world in peril? What's happening to the city? Again, you resist me. How is that possible? Old song, Brainiac, you wouldn't know it. I get by with the help of my friends. The city's a mess. Hit ship's falling toward Midtown. I gotta stop it before it crashes. Think again, you muscle-bound oof. So far, I've exactly done as I hoped you would. You let the present minor danger distract you while ignoring the larger picture. What picture are you getting about? Look beyond your tiny world and you'll see. War world, it's coming. I gotta add in the little ha 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 there, because it's awesome. Yeah. Dude, Brainiac's an evil dude. Dude, he's one of his best villains. Clark falls into the water. He's like, click on the scene, aren't you, Lois? Yep, and recorded your victory on my handy-dandy automatic camera. After all, I am the best there is at what I do. What happened to you there? Are you alright? Me? Yeah, my voice is like this. Me personally, yeah, I'm fine. But Lois, something terrible's about to happen. What? Tell me. It's Brainiac, Lois. He has the control of a techno world filled with alien warriors, and he's gonna use them to invade the Earth. What will you do? I can't handle this alone. I'm gonna need help. Let's go. I love this. I love this panel. As if that will do you any good. Get all the help you want, Superman. I brought some help of my own. Dude, this panel was like awesome when I saw this. So I'm like, what? No, wait, you just like, come on, Bats, come on, fucking Deathstroke, come on, please let them be in the story. Like, bring the boys in. Like, oh, okay, so yeah, so the second wave of Panic in the Sky continues in Superman 65 on sale next week. So that was the end of the story. Hope you guys loved that. I know I got a little bit more. I got a little bit more into it that time. because I'm finding my ease and stuff. So I hope you guys love that. What do you guys think in the chat? Hope you guys had fun doing that, man. Power ahead, everybody. Guys, down there. Tommy, was that awesome, Tommy? Okay. So, thank you for everybody here. Like, share, subscribe, do all that, please, so I can get more traction out there, because I love doing this. So, Parrothead, do you have any final words about a towel? Certainly beats a kingdom. Dude, Tommy, isn't it awesome? Because I just love this. It's stuff I love. It's like the same grumpy Jed that's over in Joe's when you talk about all the stuff that just, you know, it's me that's happy and I can do voices and everything. That's awesome, Tommy. You should make that your line now, Parrothead, what you said last night. I had some comedies playing. Yeah, dude, comic reads are good stuff. I plan to do a lot of Superman. Some other stuff too. So let me hear your word, Parrothead. Let me hear the thing you had from last. That should be your thing now. So please like, subscribe, share, go over to our other creators that are out there. We have one other person that's out there, and I wanted to get this to him because he does awesome stuff too. Let me see, where is it? He's awesome, and I want you guys to go subscribe to him, help him out, because he does awesome stuff too with comics and video games and everything else. So go over there. Don't forget to subscribe to Comics. His Comics Dad does awesome stuff too. Okay. So he does his own style thing. I do my own style things. Everybody else does their own style things. He's awesome. He does stuff too. So, and what Parrothead says, oh, I'm not in the thing. Sorry, I'm not in the thing. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate you guys. And if in the comments, put in the comments down below if there's anything you would like me to read, or any stories or anything that I have not planned. Tell me down in the comments how you love the show, how you like it, what you can prefer, what you would like me to see besides the ones I'm gonna do. Go down there, have a chat for me, do whatever. So, because the reason why the Archivists exists in the first place is so we can have stuff to send on our children, our grandchildren, our friends, our relatives, all of the good stuff that, from the, I would say anywhere from the 1920, like Lord of the Rings, all this other stuff, up to like maybe late 90s, and then everything cut off, a little bit. So that's what the channel is. Channel is comic books, video games, movies, TV, and all this other cool stuff that we find and love. So anything that's awesome in pop culture. So like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys, everybody, for that. And if you didn't see this, go out there and subscribe to Comics Dad, because dude, he does awesome work too. And there's some other people, a bunch of other people. I'm thinking about, like, every stream I'm gonna shout out somebody. So because I'm fortunate enough to have these people in my life and to talk to and stuff. So, like, some other stuff, like last night, shout out Snow Dub and stuff. So, and there's Parrothead where he says, "Don't forget your towel," because we love hitchhikers here. And I think I'm gonna probably do the Hitchhikers comics at some point. So, don't forget your towel, everybody, and thank you for coming over. I'll see you later on.